Everything wrong with Mr. Nightmare's Neighbor Horror Stories animated. First of all, reading. I hate reading, and doesn't everybody else? And reading is boring, and reading is for nerds. And also, that face. It's just disturbing and ugly. And yeah, let's get started with the real stuff.
I'm currently in a predicament.
And narration. That's always a sin.
Quite frankly, I don't know what to do.
Those houses look weird. Like, they look the same. I know a bunch of houses look the same, but geez, it looks super similar. The only thing that's different about them is the color, see? And just look at this fence. It's so poorly animated. You see? Just look at that piece of grass. Yup, so bad.
I'll start from the beginning. 5 years ago,
5 years ago. Okay, we understand that's 5 years ago. You literally just said it. You said it. That's 5 years ago. You don't have to keep showing this again. Also, reading again. I hate reading, so stop showing this.
next door neighbor Charlie, or Charles as we call him, informed us of his 14-year-old son's disappearance. He reported it to the police. It was on the news.
And also, reading again. And this kid looks like Ben 10. That Ben 10 go missing and never came back and died or whatever. Yeah. And what is this TV powered by? It has no cable, it has no wiring. See? Where is the cable? And this TV is sort of floating. See, it's kind of floating. See? Yep.
Everywhere. Me and my wife felt absolutely.
Oh, both of these characters are so ugly. Just look at the dad's design. Look at the hair and his head and his shirt. You see? It looks poorly animated. If you think that's worse, just look at her wife. She's even worse than him. Look at her ugly ass hair. Look at how bad drawn it is. See? And her body, her eyebrows, her face, everything about her is ugly. Yuck.
Awful, and always offered to help them out in any way we could. As the years passed with no word of their son, we assumed they eventually came to terms with it and realized the worst had probably happened. Me and my wife never had the nerve to ask if the body ever turned up.
Also, this kid is ugly too. Look at the eyebrows, they're super hairy and big and long. And his face it looks super weird. And again, I keep saying this, but this guy looks like Ben 10. He looks familiar, that's what I'm saying.
Occasionally, Charles and his wife would invite.
They're having a barbecue, right? But there's nothing on the grill. You see? No hot dogs, no burgers, no meat, no nothing. And also, that's the old lady from Courage, see? Also, she has 3 fingers, see? And she's fat and ugly and old. And her eyebrows and those glasses, yeah. This is terrible animation.
Me and my wife over for a barbecue during the warmer months. We noticed neither of the two were ever the same since their son had gone missing. Charles' wife Kathy was always quieter and more reserved, and Charles just seemed more awkward and nervous, both understandable to us.
If you think they're acting weird or suspicious, I will call the police, don't you think? Besides, this guy already looks suspicious and weird. Just look at that face and those eyebrows. And yeah, he looks like a serial killer already.
Extent. Fast forward a couple of years later to just last week. Charles came over to me when I was taking out the garbage and asked to borrow a shovel.
Wow, this isn't creepy at all or suspicious that he's asking you this at the night.
Without hesitation, I ran to get him my best shovel, not asking why he needed it. He thanked me and said he just had to do some work in his backyard and he'd get it back.
I look at the way this dude's holding the shovel with one hand. Is he that strong? I look at the way how he's holding it. Yup. Super weird.
To me by tomorrow. He then disappeared into his backyard. I went inside, and when I was by one of my upstairs windows that has a clear view,
Oh my god, these characters have 3 fingers and we have 5. Then they're not humans then. And look, this terrible animation again. Yep. It's so bad.
into Charlie's backyard, I could see he was digging out a really big hole in the ground. He seemed to be struggling a bit. He's 56 after all.
Also, this is that intro that we got when the story started. Yup, so creepy. I look at the way he's holding it. Does this look like a hole to you? It looks more like a bag or something. Yup, super weird and ugly and stupid.
Figured I'd go grab my second shovel and help him out. As I entered his backyard and called his name, he looked up from what he was doing, dropped my shovel, and hurried over to me, saying, No, it's okay, Tim, I got.
And just look at his teeth, those straight and big. And what is that tiny ass line he has on his teeth? I guess we'll never know.
Got it. Please, just leave. I said, What's wrong with you? It's not a big deal. Mainly,
You asked this. What's wrong with you? More like everything is wrong with him. No, so to this point, I would call the police if I were you. He's acting all suspicious and all.
because of his bizarre reaction. He told me I will not allow you to use that shovel in my backyard, and then pointed to the gate as if I were a dog.
He's being an asshole then.
I was so taken aback by how he was acting that I just left without saying another word. I went upstairs to spy on him through the window. He was digging the hole for at least another half hour. When it finally looked like he was done, he started looking around, like up high at neighboring houses as if to check and make sure nobody was watching.
Yup, that's super suspicious to this point. I'll call the police and this dude doesn't do anything about it.
Then, before I could think to hide, he spotted me at my window.
Can you have just thought of that sooner? Like, hide before he spotted you? I mean, it's the more logic, explanation, or whatever.
All I could do at that point was casually walk away. He's up to something.
Just call the police, dumbass. And also that window. Look. I hate this animation. It's so ugly and terrible and crooked.
I continued to look at his backyard every so often, but he wasn't digging anymore. I figured he knew I was watching now and would
Just call the police, man. It's not that hard.
At 1:30 in the morning, I heard the sound of a shovel hitting the dirt outside. It was too dark to see anything from my window now, so I snuck outside quietly and looked over the fence in the backyard. I could see him digging loud and clear now. When he went inside his house, I took that opportunity.
This hole or whatever used to be brown, but now it's kind of pink. Now it's pink. It used to be brown. Yep, this animation.
To sneak into his backyard and take a
And why is he smiling? Why? There's a big smile on his face. Look. Yep. There's something wrong with him too.
what was in the hole he was digging. The moonlight alone revealed a small piece of a black garbage bag protruding from the dirt at the bottom of the hole. I looked.
Can you see that even when it's that dark? He doesn't have a flashlight and it was dark outside, so how did he even see that? There was a black garbage bag.
To his back door and back of the hole. I did this 3 more times, deciding whether or not to see what was in the bag. In the end, I decided to run back to my backyard, and it was a good thing I did, because he came back outside seconds later. But he wasn't digging. In fact, he
Well, he's insane then.
house and didn't come back.
So he's insane.
I went back into my house and quietly not to wake up my wife. The next day, the first thing I did was look out my window to see that the hole in the ground was completely patched up in Charles' backyard.
But you can see like a dark green there. It's not like all that patched up.
I also noticed that his SUV was parked in the street now instead of his driveway.
This car is parked wrong. It should be parked in the side. Like in the other side, not in the front. Well, then call the police then. This situation is just so suspicious.
I don't know what happened throughout the rest of that night, but I'm disturbed to think that what was at the bottom of that hole might have been his son's body.
Oh, now you think of it.
All I know, he dug up that hole to remove whatever he had previously buried down there and drive it somewhere else to dump it. This is all speculation. Call me crazy if you want. I haven't told anyone, not even my wife.
Wow, that is not very brave of you. And you didn't even call the cops at least? Man, this guy is stupid then.
And quite frankly, I don't know what to do. Charles never gave me back my shovel. I'm not going to ask him for it.
Then you're a wuss then. You're not a man then, I suppose, so.
In fact, he's been avoiding me ever since. And something disturbing happened yesterday. I, by coincidence, happened to look out my window across to Charlie's house and caught him standing at one of his windows looking into mine.
And also the music they're playing on when they're just looking at each other.
When he saw me, he shut his blinds, and that was in the middle of the day.
Just call the police, dumbass.
I have no idea what to do, but I'm honestly terrified.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and bye.